Let's start on our mat in a comfortable seated position, sitting cross-legged or kneeling, and stacking the spine up nice and tall. So as you find that settled, comfortable seat, you can close the eyes. Begin to follow the breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Before we add any movement to our practice, just allowing the breath to center us and settle us. You take an inhale that expands the torso, fill all the way up. Open your mouth, sigh out the breath. Palms connect to impaired heart center, thumbs rest into the sternum. I'm going to take a moment to set an intention for this time on the mat, carrying that with us as we practice. I'm going to slide the palms together, build some heat in between the hands. Once you get some heat there, cup the palms, hover them over the eyes, and carefully blink the eyes open. Let's roll over the legs and find a tabletop position, releasing the hands down to the floor, palms under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Just really grip the mat with your fingertips and just start to shift the weight forward and back a few times here. So we acknowledge how the wrists, how the hands, how the shoulders feel this evening. We put a fair amount of weight into our hands as we practice. And what I want you to start thinking about is your hasta bandha, your hand lock. That means kind of a little bit of a pulling in of the fingers and engaging of the muscles in your hands and an engaging of the muscles in your forearms. All right, shift back to neutral, step the feet to the back of the mat, find a high plank and push the floor away, round the upper back slightly. Can you find that little bit of shift forward and back again? You might drive it from the ankles, shifting forward and back. Really noticing as you push the floor away and grip into your fingertips, right, that we're taking the discomfort out of the wrist itself. It might mean that the forearm gets tired, but we actually want that as opposed to feeling like we're getting compressed or pain. Take one more breath. Now use your exhale, lift your sit bones all the way up and back. Find a downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels, nod your head yes, and shake it no. Noticing how the body feels in that first downward facing dog. Keeping the breath flowing here. Let's inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale to a cobra. Exhale back down to the floor. We'll inhale to a plank and exhale to a downward facing dog. Sit bones lift up. Those first few movements, don't worry about speeding through them. Slow it right down and just notice how the body feels. Do that a couple more times. Inhale, come forward, plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale to a cobra, engage the muscles in your back. Exhale, release back down to the floor. Inhale to plank. Exhale to a down dog. As we move through those poses, really noticing what parts of the body are giving you feedback. You forget to breathe when there's effort. Keep the breath flowing. One more cycle. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, lower carefully to your belly. Inhale to cobra, peel the torso up. Exhale to lower back down. High plank, inhale. Down dog, exhale. No matter how much work we do, we're connecting breath and movement. Both connections are important. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Take a big giant step, top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. You root down into the feet. Inhale, come all the way up, grow tall. We'll exhale, hinge and fold back over the legs. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place the palm, step the feet back, high plank. Turn all your toes to the right and reach the right arm straight up. Vasisthasana, side plank. Squeezing right side body. One more breath. Good work. Exhale to release right hand down to the floor. Lower to your belly. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, come back down to the mat. High plank, inhale. Down dog, exhale. In your down dog for 3. Keep breathing. for 2, and 1. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Another big giant step all the way to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale to fold. And root down into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Grow tall. We'll exhale and dive the heart back over the legs. Halfway lift. Inhale, extend. Exhale, place the palms. Step the feet back. High plank. Now turn all your toes to the left. Reach the left arm up. Vashisthasana, side plank. Engaging your right side body. Lift a little higher. Inhale. Exhale, release through center. Left hand to the floor. Lower lightly to your belly. Inhale to a cobra. Peel the torso up. Exhale, back down to the mat. High plank, inhale. Down dog. Exhale. Noticing where you're getting feedback. Hips, shoulders, torso, neck and jaw. You soften the face as we flow. Take one more breath here. And this time you can exhale. Slowly walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. Apologies about the dogs. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale to fold. And you root down into the feet. Inhale, come all the way up to the back of your mat. Exhale, sweep the arms back behind you. Interlace the hands behind the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And soften your knees. Hip hinge and fold all the way over the legs. Keep the arms. And that interplane tension in your shoulders and chest, your low back, your hamstrings. There you're getting the majority of feedback. Take one more breath. We'll exhale, release the arms. Inhale, crawl them to the top of the mat. Downward facing dog. Now this time we'll inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees and hop lightly. Top of the mat. Give yourself a halfway lift when you arrive. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Then big toes are touching, knees hug in. As you inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Squeeze the legs together. Sink a little deeper into that chair, feeling the legs power up, heat up. And you reach your sit bones back a little bit more, make the toes light in your Utkatasana. One more inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift, reset your spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fingertips to the floor. Step the left foot back. Lower the knee down. If you have sensitive knees, you can pad the knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Use the exhale to shift your hips forward and down, lengthening the front of the left hip, stretching the left hip flexors. Stay in that low lunge and notice the right knee stays pretty much on top of the right ankle and heel. If it's way back here, you might actually have more space in that left hip than you think. So you wiggle that right foot forward, then press the hips forward and down. You get a little bit more stretch into the left hip flexors by having the right knee stacked over the ankle. It's not necessarily a bad thing to have the knee go past the ankle or the toes. It just creates a different outcome for the pose. Wow, that rhymed. Oh boy, one more big breath. Exhale, release hands down to the floor. Tuck the back toes, pick up the knees, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Knees down if you need. Shift forward, gripping into your fingertips. Elbows bend to 90 degrees. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Thighs are off the floor, heart pulls forward. Exhale, back over the toes. Downward facing dog. Sit bones lift up. You got it. Right leg lifts up. 3-leg dog. Exhale, knee to the nose. Lightly step the right foot in between the hands. Keep the back knee lifted. Inhale, rise up. This time, high runner's lunge. We're still trying to sink down towards the floor. The legs are a little bit more strong with the back knee lifted. Can you feel the legs powered up here? Reaching up through your torso, through your fingertips. Hello, legs. Hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Release hands down to the mat. Step the right foot back. Take a vinyasa. Chaturanga to up dog. Putting your knees down on the floor if you're noticing you're still building that stability and strength in your upper body. Better to give yourself that modification, build the strength, than to try to power through and feel strained. When you get to your down dog, slowly walk your hands to your feet. Find a standing forward fold, back edge of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale, extend your spine. Exhale to fold. Then rooting down to your feet. Inhale, come all the way up, grow tall. We'll exhale to sweep the arms back behind us, interlace the hands behind the back. Shoulder blades squeeze together as the fist drives back and down. Soften your knees and hip hinge and fold all the way over your legs. And this length, chest, shoulders, the muscles running up and down your back, not just the hamstrings. That's a component. The whole body's involved in this stretch. One more breath. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, crawl them to the top of the mat, downward facing dog. Look forward on an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, hop lightly, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale, extend your spine. Exhale to fold. Big toes touch, knees hugging as you inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up, chair pose. Make your toes light as your bum tries to reach back a little bit more. Sink into your legs. Feel that power. Building in the thighs, building in your glutes. Take one more inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold. A halfway lift, reset your spine. Inhale. Exhale, fingertips to the floor. Step the right foot back. Lower the right knee down. Pad that knee if you have sensitive knees. Come up, inhale, sweeping the arms up. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana, pressing the hips forward and down. Left knee pretty much stacked over the ankle and heel on that left side. Yeah, lengthening the front of the right hip, pushing forward and down, keeping the belly slightly drawn in here. We're stretching the hip and not compressing the low back in this shape just yet. Reaching up through the arms. Breathing here, really nice. One more inhale. Exhale to release hands down to the floor. Pick up the back knee, step the left foot back. Vinyasa, chaturanga to up dog. Moving with your breath. Meeting in the downward facing dog. Sit bones lift up. Good work. Inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, knee to the nose. Step the left foot lightly between the hands. Rise up, inhale. This time back knee stays lifted. Arms reach up. We're still thinking about on the exhale, hips pressing forward and down. Legs are strong, even as we get long in the front of the right hip. Really strong here. Feel that power in your left leg for 3, for 2, and 1. Release left hand down. Reach your hands down to the floor. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. Vinyasa, chaturanga to up dog. Make sure you're hugging the elbows in for your chaturanga. Meet in the downward facing dog. Pedal the heels out. Give your head a little shake. Take one more inhale here. Now as you exhale, lower the knees down. Big toes touch. Hips to the heels. Forehead to the floor or a prop. Finding child's pose. Now without judging yourself in that child's pose, I want you to notice how fast your heart is beating. If your breath got a little ragged, you come back to flowing the breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Making that just as much an important component of your practice as making shapes. As strengthening and as stretching. One more breath. All right, you can exhale, push into your palms, walk the hands back towards your knees. Bring the knees together. You're sitting on the heels if at all possible. If that's very uncomfortable, you can sit on a block. Stacking the spine up nice and tall. Rest your palms on your thighs. Keeping the shoulders level, start to draw a few circles with your head. So we notice if we've been bringing tension into the neck and jaw, and we ask the body to strengthen this evening. Really common if you're still building stability, get a bit of feedback in the neck and jaw, go the other direction. And really our practice is supposed to help us release strain, not create strain. Just pay attention to what you're feeling. One more circle. You can pause and center. Now, if it's already pretty intense on your shins and on the ankles, just sitting in thunderbolt pose, stay right here. It's a great place to be. Some of us will actually use blocks. You can put the blocks next to your thighs for a bit of support, pushing down into your fingertips or your palms, lean back. Maybe some of us will lift the knees up an inch or two, stretching into the shins and the tops of the feet a little bit. Yeah, and if you don't need the blocks, you can move the blocks out of the way and reach the arms forward as counterbalance. Lean back a bit more. Get Again, we're stretching here into the tops of the feet, into the shins. It shouldn't feel like ow in the back of the ankle. Whether you're kneeling or you're lifted here, hold for 3. Good work. 2 and 1. You can carefully put the knees back down to the mat. Shift forward, plant the palms, find our tabletop, palms under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Exhale, tuck and round the spine. Inhale, lift and arch. Good. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, lift and arch. And last time, exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, lift and arch. Come back to neutral. Step the feet to the back of the mat. High plank. Push the floor away. A little bit of rounding of the upper back. We protract the shoulder blades. Separate the shoulder blades. That's it. Take one more inhale. Exhale, lower lightly to your belly. Arms reach back behind you, palms face up. Inhale, lift your arms, lift the legs, and lift your chest and face away from the floor. Modified locust pose, extending through your spine, your shoulders, and your hips. Stay really strong here. Can you push your belly into the mat to lift a little higher? For 3, for 2, and 1. Carefully release. Good job. Palms in line with the chest. Tuck the toes. High plank. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. That down dog, as you press the heels towards the floor, notice sensation in your ankles as well. Just as much as the wrists are an important component of your practice, the foundation of your feet also equally important. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Stepward jump. Top of the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale to fold. And again, big toes will touch. Knees hug in as you inhale. Bend the knees. Reach the arms up. Chair pose. Sink deeper and deeper through that chair. Come all the way down to your bum. If you have to use your hands, fine. If not, the knees separate. Bum comes down lightly. Very nice. Knees are together. Flex the ankles. Take the feet forward a touch. You can do this with blocks or without blocks. Really up to you. If you have blocks, you'll place them on your shins. Blocks stacked on your shins, if you have them. If you don't, you can also use a blanket on the shins. Lean back. You may keep the hands behind the knees if you need support, and lift your feet up away from the floor, making the blocks and shins parallel to your mat. If you're not holding the legs yet, you can reach the arms forward. Navasana, boat pose. Notice the shape of your spine. Can you lift your chest up and extend your spine here? Hold your high boat for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, feet reach forward, lay back towards low boat. Stay lifted with the torso and the legs for 3, 2, 1. Lift back up, high boat for 3, 2, 1. Reach the feet forward, lay back, low boat for 3, 2, 1. Last round, lift up, high boat for 3, 2, and 1. Reach the feet forward, lay back for 3, 2, and 1. Lift up, release the heels to the floor, move the blocks off to the side. You can walk the heels in towards your pelvic floor, wrap the arms around the legs. Really nicely done. Good job, Fiona. Good job, Nancy. Breathe here. Breathe into your upper back, mid back, and low back. All right, you can extend the legs forward, have the feet together. Inhale, reach the arms up. Now exhale, draw belly and ribs in and reach forward. That same engagement we had in our boat poses. Can you find that here in forward fold? Inhale, reach up. Exhale, draw the ribs and belly in. Uddiyana Bandha. Reach forward. Last time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, draw Uddiyana Bandha in, reach forward. Nice. Inhale, reach up. And then we'll exhale, roll the spine all the way down towards the mat. Lie flat for a moment. Feel your hips, your shoulders, the length of your torso. We'll take an inhale. Exhale, hug the right knee in towards your chest. Interlace the fingers over the shin, pull the thigh nice and close. You flex the ankles, float that left foot an inch or 2 above the floor. Then taking an inhale, fill up. As you release that breath, lift head and shoulder blades up off the mat. Drive your nose towards your knee. Get as close as you can here. That's it. Either keeping the hands where they are because you need that support, where you reach the arms forward, continuing to connect the nose towards the knee. Even if it doesn't touch, no problem. Keep the distance. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release by straightening the right leg and lying flat on your back. Same idea, other side. Take a breath. Exhale, hug the left knee into your chest. Interlace the fingers over the shin. Pull that left thigh nice and close. Flex your ankle. Float the right foot an inch or two. And then taking an inhale, expand the torso. Exhale, lift head and shoulder blades up off the mat. Get your nose towards the left knee. Use your arms if you need them. No problem. If you can, you reach the arms forward, but keep that connection of knee to nose or the distance here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten left leg and release. High flat. Good job. Hello, core. Take an inhale. As you exhale, hug the knees into your chest and give yourself a big squeeze. Rock left and right. Massage the muscles running up and down your back. You're doing so well this evening. Stay with me just a little longer. Cross the right ankle over the left. Begin to rock the length of your spine. We're using that momentum here to rock forward, plant the palms, step or jump the feet back, high plank. Yeah. We take what we can. We do what we can. Push the floor away. Upper back rounding slightly. Inhale. Exhale. Lower carefully down to your belly. We'll inhale, lift to cobra, lengthening out front side body after all that engagement and core work. And then exhale, slowly release to the mat. High plank, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Sit bones lift up. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee, right elbow touch. Inhale, lift it all the way up. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, twist and touch. Inhale, lift it all the way up. And exhale, take the knee to the nose. Step the right foot in between the hands. Rise up, inhale, high runner's lunge. Exhale, arms reach back behind you, lean forward over the right leg, arrow pose. And try to find the work that we had in our locust pose, lying on our belly. Can you find that here? Extending your spine, extending the shoulders, and extending the back leg. Really strong here. Shift more and more weight forward into the right foot. Begin to lift the left leg up. Warrior 3. Hips stay level to the floor. We're still extending through the spine, the shoulders, and especially that left leg. Feel your left glutes fire here. Warrior 3 for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand all the way up. Left foot meets the right. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, hinge and fold over the leg. Good work. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to place the palm, step or jump the feet back, high plank. Knees down if you need, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Sit bones lift up. Keep the breath flowing, second side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, touch. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, knee to the nose. Lightly shift the left foot between the hands. Rise up, inhale. High runner's lunge. Exhale to shift the arms back. Lean forward over the left leg. Find that extension through the spine, through the shoulders. Press the palms back and up. And that back leg, your right glute firing here as you lean forward. Keep shifting more and more weight forward until the right foot presses up. Hips level to the floor. Chest lifting away. Palms pressing up. Lots of extension here. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to stand up. Right foot meets the left like nothing happened. Exhale, hinge and fold over the legs. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale to place the palms, step or jump the feet back, high plank, knees down if you need. Hug the elbows in, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale to go back over the toes, downward facing dog. It's time from down dog. We'll walk our hands back towards the feet. Find a standing forward fold near the back edge of the mat. I want you to think about the standing forward fold about being less about touching the floor, grabbing your feet, and more about the connection between your torso and your thighs. Just like our seated forward fold we did earlier, draw belly and ribs up and in as you fold forward, trying to get your torso closer to the legs. Not necessarily touch the floor, not necessarily bring your face towards your legs. Now use your peace fingers, catch a hold of your big toes. Elbows bent out to the sides of the room, pull the crown of the head down. Breathe. Again, not necessarily trying to get the face towards the knees or the shins. You may actually feel like you're lifting your chest and face away from the legs slightly to find the stretch in your body. Don't worry about making a perfect shape. Try to find a perfect sensation, or at least a decent one. Hold for 3, or 2, and 1. Slowly release the toes. This time we will inhale and roll up to stand. Head comes up last, finding your Tadasana, mountain pose. Wow. Really nice. If you are losing your balance here, you're feeling a little lightheaded after rolling up, please come down to a squat for a second, catch your breath, and then rejoin us. If you're staying upright with me, shift the weight to the left foot, drive the right knee up. Catch the ankle, place the sole of the right foot towards the left inner thigh, and adduct. That means draw everything to the midline. Palms can be in prayer. Look forward at one point that isn't moving, your drishti points, focus points. If you want to challenge your balance this evening, no extra crazy shapes, I'll invite you to simply close your eyes. Once you remove the visual system, the balance really has to work with proprioception, or the feeling of where the body is in space. Can't rely on the visual system. It takes some practice. If you lose your balance, you just try again. Open the eyes, reset. If you're still managing to balance, amazing. Open your eyes slowly, and then we'll slowly release that shape. Give it a little shake. Whew. Nicely done. Shift the weight to the right foot, drive the left knee up. Catch the ankle if it helps you, placing the sole of the left foot towards the right inner thigh. Adducting, that means pressing the inner thigh and foot together. Palms in prayer. Look forward at one spot that isn't moving. That's your drishti point, your focus point. So the balance is already challenged here, then this is enough. You don't have to add on. No extra shapes, no closing of the eyes. But if you do want to challenge yourself this evening, simply move the external drishti, focus point, internally to your third eye. Close your eyes. Feel like you're gazing towards the points between your eyebrows. And left side, right side may feel different. You may notice you have a tendency to lose your balance on one side, or keep it on the other. Stay with it. If you lose your balance, just reset. Try again. If the eyes are still closed, carefully blink them open. Well done. We'll slowly release our tree pose. We're staying at the back of the mat, ready to go. Good job. Turn your toes out in line with the knees. Begin to sink down towards a deep yogic squat, our malasana or garland pose. Coming all the way down to the floor if you can, or you can always use a blanket rolled up and place underneath the heels to elevate the heels and give support. If you have trouble bringing the heels down in your malasana. Palms in prayer, elbows inside the knees, push out and reach your spine taller. As opposed to being rounded in this shape, we do our best to reach the crown of the head away from the bum. Notice how that lengthens the spine. You can stay in malasana. It's a great place to be. A few of us will just point the palms forward, modified crow pose, not even balancing on the hands, just feeling the arms press out as the legs hug in. Some of us will take palms down to the floor and then look forward and lean forward. Keep looking forward and leaning forward. Elbows stack over the wrists. Your feet don't have to lift. Still counts as crow. Or you may pull your heels to your bum. Find your arm balance. Bakasana, crow pose. Look forward. If arm balances aren't your jam, I still think you're fantastic for holding malasana this whole time. Really nicely done. If you're holding the arm balance, are you breathing? Try to keep breathing. You're in your shape for another 3, 2, and 1. If the feet are lifted, gently put them down. We'll all fold forward over the legs, turning the feet forward. Good job. Call the hands to the top of the mat, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, turn all your toes to the right. Right arm reaches up. Inhale, Vasisthasana, side plank. Squeeze left side body. Lift that right side a little higher. We got one more inhale. Exhale, right hand down to the floor, Vinyasa, Chaturanga to up dog. Moving with your breath, meeting in a down dog. Right leg goes up, inhale. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, touch. Inhale, lift it up. Right knee, left elbow, exhale, touch. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, knee to the nose. Step the right foot in between the hands. Rise up, inhale, high runner's lunge. Now as you exhale, left arm reaches forward as the right arm reaches back. Twist towards your right thigh. Twist towards your right thigh. Left arm forward, right arm back. Yes, that's it, that's it. Look to the side wall. If you're losing your balance, that becomes your drishti, your focus point. If you have your balance, keep looking back. Can you give yourself a big thumbs up? Look at your right thumbnail. You got it. Inhale to come back through center, arms reach up. Exhale, release fingertips down towards the floor or to blocks. Begin to straighten the front leg, working towards pyramid pose. Now, the reason I like using blocks, especially in this shape, isn't because I don't want to get closer to the leg, but because I actually find a bit more sensation of stretch and strength when I think about reaching my crown of the head away from the bum. So we get taller through the torso, just like Malasana, just like our Warrior 3, as opposed to just rounding and flexing and locking the legs straight. You may notice you get a little more by lengthening the spine. Breathe. Hold for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Bend back into that right knee. If you're using blocks, you might put one up near the top of your mat to use in a moment. Sweep the arms back behind you, lean forward over the right leg. Shift more and more weight into that right foot. Left leg lifts up. Warrior 3 for just a moment. And then reaching right hand down to a block, the floor, or hovering in space, stack the left hip on top of the right, reaching the left arm up. Your Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. If you are losing your balance, no big deal. Look down at the floor, and that will help your balance. If you have your balance, look to the side wall as option 1, or look up towards the left hand as option 2. Woo boy. One more inhale. We'll use an exhale, bend the right knee, left foot to the back of the mat. Arms reach wide, Warrior 2. Lovely work, not easy, you're doing so well, we're almost there. Inhale, turn right palm to the ceiling. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Breathe into the right ribs, inhale. Exhale to cartwheel the arms down to the floor. Step the right foot back, Vinyasa, Chaturanga to up dog. Moving with your breath, meeting in a downward facing dog. In that down dog, you can slowly walk your hands back towards your feet. Again, finding a standing forward fold near the back edge of the mat, where the object isn't necessarily to lock the legs straight, round the spine, and try to touch the floor. Especially if you're feeling tight, little bend in the knees, lengthen the spine, and draw your belly and ribs in. So we get this nice connection of torso to the thighs. You can rest the hands on the floor, catch opposite elbows, or one more round, peace fingers, catch a hold of the big toes. Elbows bend up to the sides of the room as you pull the top of the head down. Padangusthasana. Feel that interplay. Tension and strength. Your mobility. Unique to you. One more big breath. Exhale to release the toes. Good job. Inhale, roll yourself up to stand. Head comes up last. We find our Tadasana. Mountain pose. In your variation of mountain pose, pause for a second, feel the breath flow, and we'll shift the weight towards the right foot, drive the left knee up. This time, flex the ankle, take the left ankle towards the right thigh. Figure 4. It's a little different Then our tree pose. Figure 4, the ankle is in front of the right thigh, just above the knee. So you're making almost a number 4. You got it, breathe. For a few of us, as we draw the left thigh back, you'll get a bit more of an engaged sensation at the back of the left hip. Stand tall, arms anywhere for balance. If you want to challenge your balance, even here in your figure 4, give it a shot. Close your eyes for 3, 2, and 1. Carefully blink the eyes open. Release that left foot down to the mat. Give it a little shake. Good job. Some of us will find figure 4 easier. Others will find it more challenging than tree pose. Shift the weight to the left foot. We'll drive the right knee up, flex the ankle. Take the right ankle towards the left thigh and draw that right thigh back in space. Figure 4, standing tall, arms anywhere. Find your balance. Again, if it's challenging for you, just keep the eyes open. You want to challenge yourself. Close your eyes for 3, 2, and 1. Blink the eyes open. We'll release that right foot to the mat. Good job. Take an inhale, Tadasana. Then turning the toes out, sink down, exhale, Malasana, garland pose. Palms can be in prayer, elbows pushed out as the legs squeeze in. You might stay right there, or one more time, palms down to the mat. Options to take knees to the elbows, triceps. Look forward and lean forward. Now, once you stack the elbows over the wrist, it becomes an arm balance, not an arm jump. If the elbows are behind the wrist, it will be impossible to balance here because your center of gravity is going backwards. We want to lean forward a little bit, stacking. But eventually, once you lean forward enough, the feet actually float up. There's no jumping, it's a balance. Squeeze heels to your bum. Wherever you are, you're there for 3, 2, and 1. If the feet are lifted, bring them down slowly. We'll all fold forward over the legs. Whew, good job. Crawl the hands to the top of the mat, downward facing dog. From your down dog, inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, turn all your toes to the left, reach the left arm up. Revisiting our side plank, squeezing right side body, lift the hips a little higher. One more breath. Exhale, release left hand down, Vinyasa, Chaturanga to up dog. Moving with your breath. You're doing so well. Stay with me. Sit bones lift. When you get to your down dog, inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, lift. Left knee, right elbow. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to the nose. Step the foot between the hands. Rise up, inhale. High runner's lunge. You can exhale, twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Twist towards that left thigh. Look to the side at first. If you have trouble with your balance, with your drishti, you can look back at your left thumbnail. Look back. Challenge your balance even in that twisted lunge. Last big breath. We'll inhale to come through center. And exhale, release the fingertips down towards the floor. Work the left leg straight. If you have blocks, you can also use hands on blocks to lengthen the torso a little bit more, especially those of us who are tighter. So you're not only focused on rounding and locking the leg, you're extending the spine, pushing the sole of the left foot through the floor. Hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Bend into that left knee. You can move one block forward if you know you're going to want to use a block. And you find a next shape. Arms reach back behind you. Arrow pose. Shift more and more weight forward into the left foot. Right foot presses up. Warrior 3 for a moment. Then as you stack the right hip on top of the left, reach the left hand down to a block, the floor. Reach the right arm up. Flex the right ankle like you're standing on the wall behind you. Look down if your balance is challenged here. Look to the side if you have a little extra to give. Maybe look up towards the right arm if you're feeling like you want to challenge your balance this evening. Good job. Wherever you find yourself, one more inhale. And then we'll exhale to bend that left knee. Bring the right foot to the back of the mat. Warrior 2. Wow. Don't call it power for nothing. Inhale, turn the left palm to the ceiling. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Take an inhale into those left ribs. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down to the floor. Step the left foot back, vinyasa, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. Pedal the heels out, not a yes, shake it no. Lower your knees down as wide as the mat, big toes touch near the back of the mat. Child's pose, Balasana. We don't judge that shape, but we kind of notice how things are feeling. After flowing through our practice today, some of the space we created, where you might have more energy to give, where you may be a little bit spent. Let's inhale, shift forward through a tabletop. And as you exhale, turn around and lie down on your back. Don't rush to get there. And once you're lying flat on your back, bend your knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Feet are parallel, hip width. Walk your heels closer to your bum, giving your fingertips enough space here to graze the heels and the ankles. Press your palms down into the floor. And then as you inhale, lift your hips away from the mat. Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. You don't have to lift super high. Maybe just a little bit is enough for you. Your back bend is to release front side body. To strengthen your backside. Stay here or choose to interlace the hands behind the back. Squeeze shoulder blades together and drive the fist down and away. Push it into the floor. This is how that turns the back bend into something that's stretching the hips and the chest and the shoulders. Hold your variation of bridge for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the arms. Lay the spine down with care. Slowly windshield wiper the knees to the right and to the left. Massaging the outer hip. If you feel like there's something missing from your practice, there's something you must do for this practice to feel complete, you are of course welcome to it. Otherwise, I'll get you to simply straighten your legs. Have the feet a comfortable distance apart, palms face up, a little ways away from the thighs. Close your eyes. Settle into the mat. Taking your time, dropping into Shavasana. Notice as you find your Shavasana, your rest position here. Sensation in the mouth, jaw, face. Can you relax the jaw, separate the biting surfaces of your teeth? Feel like you need to stay in your Shavasana for a little longer, you're of course welcome to it. This is your time on the mat. You're practicing at home. So stay where you are if you wish. If you are choosing to come back to me, start by lengthening your inhales and your exhales. And then as your breath reconnects you to the body, move your fingers, move your toes. Turn your head side to side. Inhale, give yourself a bit of a stretch. And exhale to soften. One more time, inhale, stretch it out. And exhale to soften. Bend your knees, either roll to one side or rock up into a comfortable seat. Sitting cross-legged or kneeling, stack the spine up tall. Close your eyes. Taking a few moments to follow the breath again. Expanding the torso. Contracting the torso. Feeling that space you've created for yourself this evening through all your efforts on the mat. We'll take one more breath together here. Fill all the way up. Open your mouth, sigh out the breath. Palms net in prayer at heart center, thumbs resting to the sternum. Revisiting that space between your palms and carrying your intention into the rest of your evening. Thanks for practicing with me. Namaste. Appreciate you all. Thank you for being here with me live. Thank you for being here with me recorded.